Hello everyone, today's video is about uh, this touch screen which is based on ILI9488 IC and GT-911 touch, and it was very difficult for me to find the relevant libraries. So I'm using this one with ESP32. Let me show you how my product look like. So this is 8-button screen. When I touch each button, the color change, the background color of the button changes and the text on it changes. So this is what it is. Let's move forward. So the sequence of this video is I will talk about some wiring issues, libraries, and code tracks. So first what we need to do is we need to, on the right side, you can see the wiring I have done. So the interrupt for the capacitive touchscreen goes to 27, ST at 21, reset for the capacitive touchscreen will go to 26, and SCL on pin 22 of ESP32. So likewise, 19 is for MISO LED. I have attached actually LED directly to 5 volts, so my LED is always back light is always lit. And then for the clock, it will be pin number 18 of ESP32. MOSI will go to 23, and DC, I don't know, I don't recall what DC stands for it. Anyways, you can see this is the DC, and this will go to pin 17, reset to 16, and chip select CSS 5, ground to G, and I'm giving this screen 5 volts. So what you need to remember is this screen comes with LCD which supports SPI communication, and the touch used on this screen uses one I2C, right? So it is difficult to find the libraries for this screen. So I'm doing this video. What I have found is that if I use these two libraries, these are compatible with each other. From this library from GeneMark, although this is for 9486 and our IC is 9488, but still this works with my screen. So this library is compatible with Larry Banks' bbct.touch library, and this was the problem because I was able to run the graphics through some other libraries, but the touch was not working. So I have found that these two libraries are compatible with each other. So let's check out first this SPR library that is for the graphic test. So let me show you this video. If I run this, this works like this, right? So it's perfectly working, and there is no need to change any code from this library. Okay, so this library works out of box. So let's talk about touch. When I go to capacitive touch library, I have to do some code modification, and I'm showing you this is the declaration side of the code. Then this is the setup I need to do, and then this is the loop function code. So when I compile this code, this is what I get. So what you can see is I'm using one finger, and this is touch one, and giving me X and Y axis. So this screen supports up to 5 pictures, 5 touches. So this is touch 1, touch 2, and maybe there is a touch 3, but I have checked that this works with 5 touches. And you can see how quickly the touch is read and feed it to the serial port. So this was the code. I will try to leave this code in the description. Okay. I was also able to use the Arduino GFX library. So this is the code for GFX library. You have to declare the pins and the data bus and the GFX declaration. So this works. but I was unable to use the GFX touch library, touch from this library. So just I'm sharing that this works for the graphics, but not touch for me. Anyway, let's talk about some tips and tricks what I have used in the coding. First issue was there was a blank white screen at the start at times, not always. The serial port says everything is fine and everything is being displayed on the screen, but what in reality the LCD TFT remains blank. So what I needed to do, I had to restart ESP32 many times and then the screen will start normally. I don't know what is the problem and what is creating this, but this is a problem on the background. The processor is working, serial port is working, but the screen remains blank at times, not always. And then what you need to be careful about when you're coding that the touch axis is here, TFT axis is here, and likewise set cursor axis here. So when you are coding, you have to be careful about the results. The touch X is different from TFT X and the set cursor X. So you have to be careful about this. And then, if you recall the serial serial monitor I showed you when I was touching the screen, and you would have noticed that it was very quick. So what you needed to do is you needed to add some gap. You have to slow down uh, the readings when you are actually using. You have developed a code like I did, where there were some icons and buttons on the screen and you have to touch. So one thing, you have to add some time between the touches, and then before you act on a touch, you have to use this command to read the touch, so that any store touch is marked as read, and when you after this time has been lapsed, you will get a new touch. So just use this command. This will read the touch and it will empty the cache. So try this. I hope you will understand what I'm trying to say. When you actually develop some menu screen, you will understand that these are very helpful. Okay, what about the button X point? So this is button to X point. So after the border, I will add the first button 1X and then the column width and the icon gap. This will give me the X of the second button, right? So this is how I have done some calculations and I've developed my code. So this tip will help you. When icon width was based on how many icons I need to have. So I've declared like my screen can have 8 icons, my screen can have 4 icons or 2 icons or 6 icons. So this is the width calculation and based on how many icons I want to have. And if you see W, this is the width of the screen. So I do understand you can't really identify all the variables, but I have tried to use some understandable variables here. So you can recalculate the icon width as per number of icons on the screen. And this is the command I have used for creating the display button. So X and Y, where to start, what will be the width of the button, what will be the height, and because I'm using the round corners, so I have to give the corner angle and the color of the button. And this is the button area. So this is principally the code I'm using for the touch. So I will explain. I hope that I will be able to explain it easily because when I touch somewhere on the screen, this will give me 1 pixel, but I have to identify if that pixel resides within the button. So if Y is greater than b1x and uh, ti.y is greater than button 1x plus column width. So remember when I said, if you recall which screen, which was important, where it is, where it is, where it is, where it is. You have to remember this, where it is. This one. Touch X is different from TFTX. So what you can see is touch Y is being compared with button X. So it is not Y comparing with Y because touch Y is different from button Y. So this is the thing, and this is where the X starts, and this is where the X ends, and then this is where the Y starts, and this is where the Y ends. So it is the pixel, the touch is dependent upon the area of the button that is being occupied. So this will be helpful for if you are trying to create some buttons on your screen. And again, the text XY, because when I touched the button, it was appearing in the center. So I have to calculate the center and then move it a bit left on the button so that the text should not appear on the top or the bottom. It should be centered on the button. And that's it. So I am helpful. I am hopeful that this video is helpful if you have got this ILI9488 touch screen with GT-911 because it was very much time consuming for me. So I have created this video, so helping you out.